I will be presenting about amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, also known as ALS. So what is ALS? ALS is a progressive disease that causes the motor neurons in your brain and spinal cord to slowly die. These neurons control your movement, so when they stop working, the muscles weaken over time. ALS is sometimes called Lou Gehrig's disease. It does not affect your memory or intelligence. It mainly affects on how well you can move, speak, swallow, and eventually breathe. The nervous system is the main system affected by ALS. The upper motor neurons are in your brain, and the lower motor neurons go from your spinal cord to your muscles. When these neurons die, the muscles shrink because they are not getting any signals anymore. That is why people lose movement and strength. Next is pathophysiology of ALS. It's pretty complicated. Basically, the neurons are damaged by things like oxidative stress, inflammation, and abnormal protein buildup. Scientists believe that the neurons break down faster than the body can repair them, so the muscles weaken even if the person is trying to stay active. What causes the disease? Most of the time, we do not know. Around 90% of cases are random and not inherited. The other 10% are genetic and passed down in families. Things like age, smoking, and environmental toxins may play a role. The main takeaway is that ALS starts because the neurons begin to break down, and scientists are still trying to understand why. How is ALS diagnosed? It takes several tests. Doctors use EMGs to check electrical activity in the muscles, MRIs to rule out other problems like strokes or tumors, and physical exams to check reflexes and strength. ALS is diagnosed when a person has signs of both upper and lower motor neuron damage in different parts of the body. What happens next? ALS causes symptoms like muscle weakness, twitching, trouble speaking, and difficulty swallowing. As it progresses, breathing muscles slowly weaken too. How is ALS treated? While there is no cure, medications like Riluzole and edaravone can slow the disease slightly. Physical therapy, speech therapy, and breathing support also help people stay independent for longer. Assistive devices like wheelchairs and communication tools help people adapt as their strength changes. What if someone wants to stay active? Light to moderate exercise can help maintain flexibility and function. Things like walking, stretching, swimming, and low-intensity resistance training are recommended. The goal is not to gain strength, but to build the muscles working without tiring them out. Breathing exercises can also help. Does ALS affect everyone equally? Well, not really. Studies show that white individuals are diagnosed more often, but Black and Hispanic individuals often get diagnosed later and have less access to specialized care. Socioeconomic status also affects the type of treatments available. ALS care is expensive and long-term, which creates big differences in outcomes. How do people live with ALS? Many people continue hobbies, jobs, and family life for a long time with the help of caregivers and technology. Powered wheelchairs, voice devices, and feeding tubes help maintain independence. Communities and families play a huge role in supporting mental health. Even though ALS is progressive, people still find ways to enjoy life and stay connected. Why do I care? I chose ALS because it shows how powerful and fragile the nervous system is. ALS progresses faster and really impacts people's daily lives, so understanding it really helps us see why exercise, therapy, and early support matter. I also wanted to learn more about how physical activity can still help someone even though their muscles are getting weaker. To sum it all up, ALS is a progressive disease that damages motor neurons. It mainly affects movement, speech, swallowing, and breathing. Exercise and therapy can help maintain mobility and independence. Support, early diagnosis, and access to care make a huge difference. Here are my resources. Thank you so much for listening.